This not too green. Hey, what's going on, folks? Talking Coneheads. Oh, no, that's weird. That was a horrible opening. Very horrible. That was terrible. That was fucking terrible. Yeah, that is terrible. Christ.
I ain't say shit.
I'm sorry. That was Chris. Like that felt like Chris. Like, hi, how you doing? Okay, that was 1.5 of silence. Fuck all of you. Oh, wow.
Fuck
Dying
you.
already.
Like, fuck you. Coneheads is the greatest SNL movie of all time. No, it's not.
It might be.
No,
It might be.
not. No, it's not.
It's
Put it this
not.
way, I put it on the
Like you bet. I know you're gonna say Night Rock.
it's in the middle spectrum of it's like it's not horrible. It does the job.
That's what I'm about to say. And if anything, because you stand for that movie, it's on the level of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it's like it does the job. I think. Okay, so Dan Aykroyd and what's her face that plays his wife? I forgot her name. It was something Curtin. Fuck.
Jane Curtin.
Jamie Curtin. The Coneheads was a skit on SNL. I just never gravitated to. You know,
look. Let's just keep it a buck. It was made before we were born. We never seen it. We only heard about it because old white people always went.
But it's weird because it's weird because Dana Carvey's church lady was fucking hilarious to me.
But Chris, that's the whole point. It doesn't like actually, you know what? That actually brings up to one thing. The whole point about when it comes to these movies or anything that comes off as SNL, you'll get actually, you know what? Yeah, anything would come off that you're just like, well, can you make it a series? No, the fuck you can't. Can you make it a movie? That's a little bit easier.
You can get away with a movie because you can easily file that shit down to an hour 20, hour 30, and that's a wrap.
But here's the
I
fucked
don't
up
think
part.
we're going to get. I don't think we're getting because we didn't have anybody in the which is unfair to say this, but we haven't had any. I will say iconic sketches that were bigger than the person that made them in the last like 20 something years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of a good thing, but it also comes from the fact that Lauren Michaels stopped shooting for the stars. It's like, hey, it worked here. It can make it in a movie. No, it don't work that way because Chris, you talked about it. Superstar. Yeah. That wasn't even that funny to even. How did it make it?
Here's my thing. Out of all the SNL movies, Wayne's World.
How did that have enough legs to get a movie?
Because look. Out of all the SNL movies, Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 is like S tier. You are not topping that shit at all. You're just not.
And you would now, and Chris, while I agree with you, you would think that the uphill you can actually ice skate when trying to be better than those movies.
Al Franken had his movie with Stuart Smalley. Stuart Saves His Family. I was like, bruh, are we hitting bottom of the barrel? But dog, Stuart Save His Family had a budget of $6 million. Guess how much that movie made?
Well, like 100,000.
Oh no, total. It didn't even hit $1 million. It didn't hit $1 million. How is it that the fucking shitty ass Fantastic Four movie that came out made more than that fucking movie?
Because you're taking a skit that only works as a skit. Can you?
And I'm not even an Al Franken fan.
No, hold on. Now when you say Stewart, can you really honestly tell me that you can sit through an hour 20 of Stewart?
I can't sit through an hour 20 of Al Franken, and I don't even hate the guy.
I know.
You're expecting me to Stuart Smalley. I've watched a couple of sketches.
That's my point. But that's my point is like, can you when you sit back and watch a sketch, whether it's SNL or Mad TV, look at a lot of these sketches. Case in point, let's take Alex Borstein's Miss Swan. Do you really want to watch an hour 20 of Miss Swan?
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, no. But if you gave Fox a half decent script, they would have said yes.
I'll take a 30-minute cartoon of Miss Swan versus a movie.
I'll take that too.
See, that's the thing, Chris. You didn't have that option back then.
Yeah,
your option was do a movie or not. Now, Eric, Chris, I see you about to be piping up on something you hate. I got something better for you to hate. Hate on It's Pat.
I hate It's Pat. I never got it. I never understood
no business. No business being a whole fucking movie.
It's like it's you know what it is? It reminds me of and I hate to say it. It's like I think you had put up on Facebook there was a show that came out. I think it was the Mike Myers show that he dropped, and
Oh,
you
with
was
the
like,
new one he made.
yeah, and you was like, you couldn't tell if it was funny, and it
Oh,
was like,
the Pentabriff. No, the problem about that show is that there's actual jokes, but they're said the wrong
I
way,
fucking hate
and
this.
then there's some jokes that are just not funny,
I
and then
hate.
there are some jokes where it's like, "Hey, Mike, it ain't 1999 no more. Stop." It's weird. It
I
it's like,
is so
I
weird.
hate.
I don't know.
I hate this guy so much.
and it's like, it's Pat was one of those movies, just like Superstar. It's like, is this just white people humor, and I'm just not getting it?
Is
No,
anybody
it
else
was early
seeing this?
'90s humor.
Early '90s white people humor, because that's the only thing I can say.
Had to
Because
be. Had to be.
Chris, you seeing this?
I don't know who Velvet Johnson is. Who's that? Help me. Who's that?
Velvet Johnson,
Help,
Velvet
help
Johnson,
me.
Velvet
Eris,
Johnson.
you got your hand on your head. Who's Velvet Johnson?
No, I just
All right.
know.
Anyway, moving on.
No. Fuck that. No, fuck that.
You won't tell me, nigga. Who the fuck is that?
No, I want
Velvet Jones, the fucking Eddie Murphy character that promotes like his whole
that's
Oh,
exactly.
no,
I
no,
knew
God,
Velvet
no.
Jones
God,
School of
no.
Technology.
Velvet
Mm-mm.
Jones.
That's the example, Eris. And see, that's the example. That's the example.
The skit was
I
funny.
know you have
but
the
not a
idea,
movie.
but should you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. You had like it seems like I think with the Coneheads, I think it was one of those things. You can squeeze a plot out of this, we can do it.
It's put this way,
That's what that
to the
was.
movie's credit,
And it
it was
did. It
to
actually did.
the movie's credit, it was using the idea of it was making fun of the whole immigrants type of thing, which I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, I could see that.
And
I
that
like
was the best way of doing it. That was
and it-
the best
Very
way of
light.
doing it.
and it's very light, but it
very light
works.
on that.
But it works. I
But
think
we gotta realize, the Coneheads are still white, so they kind of bypassed a lot of the racism that really could have came their way.
but here's the thing about Coneheads.
Got it, D. So they're like Goku. Everybody wants to claim he's Asian. No, he's a fucking alien.
But here's the thing. Here's the weird part, right? Coneheads,
You know,
actually,
look, hey, you want to hear something funny, y'all? Tell an Asian person that Goku is black, and they get so offended. And here's me. Y'all do realize he came from the planet Vegeta.
Mhm.
He's a character. Fictional
characters. Actually, I'm gonna scratch that when I said that the SNL Wayne's World's tops Three Amigos. I know that's
no. Three Amigos is not SNL. That doesn't really technically count as SNL.
Okay,
Yes, they did the skit on there, but let's just be honest with you.
Doesn't count.
No, and I got to be real with you. That's another one we should do because Three Amigos is good. I don't think it's better than Wayne's World though. I don't think it's better than Wayne's World. I can say that right now.
Also, side note, you need to be watching that Steve Martin and Martin Short show on Hulu with the murders in the building.
That's pretty good. It's a pretty good fucking show. I will say this, Chris. I will say this because Roy Wood Jones does follow us. Hey, Roy, so you just saw us and just said, hey, I'm gonna act like them niggas. They broke as fuck, but I'm gonna say, hey, we got this many listeners and this, that, all the other. You know how much that touched my heart, but at the same time, I was like, hey, Roy, so when you gonna show the black podcast is love?
Here's the thing about
a good line, but it was so funny because Steve Martin and Martin Short, they was on the car with these two black guys, right? They had like a cactus shop or whatever it was, and he was like, "Hey, so what y'all do?" He was like, "Oh, we have a podcast, yeah." Yeah, we was like, "Oh, really?" Like, yeah, we got this like that. What do y'all do? Oh, yeah, we got our own podcast too. Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah, blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, I bet it's not that big. Yeah, 90,000 listeners. Yeah. And they in this busted ass car while they saying all this, and I'm like, "Fuck you."
that was us when we were in my red Honda Civic and just like, hey, we got 90,000 listeners, and you're in a
like
Civic.
Nigga, last night we just did 2 pounds of this, but did y'all make any money off it? This nigga said money.
Now here's the thing. Coneheads, unfortunately, was nestled in between the gargantuan Wayne World franchise because Coneheads came after Wayne's World 1 and before Wayne's World 2.
I think this is one of those weird times also where
Down under of SNL films.
Yep. This is the last time. I think this is also the last time where Lauren Michaels truly had a grip on some people, because we see one of them, which is Adam Sandler in this movie. I'm like, oh, he wasn't mad at Lauren in this during this time.
That was something else. That was also something else I wanted to point out too with Coneheads. This is a who's who of a movie.
I mean, Adam Sandler. Was it? Was it Garrett, the black dude?
Garrett Morris, SNL
Garrett
dude.
Morris,
Also.
yeah, Garrett Morris.
Yeah, Garrett Morris. But
Bill Hartman.
No, what I loved was we got two black people in the first, that stuck around for the first 20 minutes of the movie, being Sinbad and Eddie Griffin.
Man,
you know what I love? You know what I loved about it? Like, as soon as we got to that certain point where after Michael Keane's character says, give that job to someone else, I'm moving up. An extra $1,500 a year, I'm taking that promotion. As soon as that part kicked in, we never saw Sinbad or Eddie Griffin ever again.
Oh yeah, remember they moved. They're no longer in the hood no more. Yeah. They had a nice bungalow that they
Bear in mind, I think this is where Sinbad had finally started hitting the stride and putting them in movies and stuff, because he was already doing his HBO comedy stuff. And Coneheads was like, because he did Necessary Roughness, but nobody really remembers him per se in that movie like that.
No. I would say this is that weird time where his comedy specials were picking up.
Yeah, HBO put him on.
Because remember, Sinbad is really a late 80s comic. Yeah. And this is during the time where people recognized his name, and this was where I like to say cool Sinbad, because he still had his orange hair, but he had that junk in the fade in this one. So this was what I call cool Sinbad era of Sinbad. So
cool. 1993 was the summer of Sinbad, because right after he did this, boom, Meteor Man.
Man, and then right after that, he did House Guest with Phil Hartman, who was in this movie.
And got it, and got paid by Disney doing Homeward Bound, First Kid, and Jingle All the Way. Paid.
To this day, to this day, Sinbad still thanks his lucky stars for doing Mardi Gras madness.
Man,
one of the funniest things that Sinbad has done in his late career is show up on American Dad as the ghost of Sinbad, and is one of the funniest things ever when he shows up. Because this is one episode where him and Jeff, they go through this like wormhole, and you see like different versions of like him. They change like in different animations and all that, right? And one of the cuts of animation, you see the dude that does the voice of Jeff, and you see Sinbad actually standing there. Like for real, like it's funny as hell. But anyway, so the one thing I will add to that, Eris, when you talk about the black people, shout out to Tim Meadows, the ladies' man, who will end up getting his own movie, a movie much like Coneheads. I mean, it was funny. One of those movies, but I liked him at Tim Meadows. Remember when they was on the Conehead planet, and they was about to kill that big monster, and the first person that showed up was the black Conehead, played by Tim Meadows. I'm like, hey Tim, you know technically you're the first black man to die in this movie, right?
No, you're the first black alien to die.
The first black alien to die.
Garrett Morris is like, couldn't be me.
I'll never forget when the first time I see this movie and I saw Garrett Morris. God, I forgot what was his name on Martin. What was his name on Martin? Stan, right?
Yeah.
I yelled at like, yeah. I remember that. My dad was like, he was at SNL too. I was like, really? And I thought like Garrett Morris was like 90 at that time. Couldn't find out he was like 61. It was weird back then. So yeah, it's like they did have a who's who of all the SNL people. I knew it was on when I saw John Lovitz. I was like, so John's just here for a scene. He's just here for a scene.
That was the thing I loved about this. Like, I will admit that was one thing I did love about this movie. Yes, it was a who's who of SNL stars, and I like how each SNL star that showed up was only in it for one scene, never to be seen again after that scene was done.
Mm-hmm. John Lovitz's career is weird because it's like he's never in a main role, but when he's in the movie, it's like, oh shit, it's John Lovitz.
He never had
High School High.
Well, actually, High School High, Mom and Dad Saved the World, because he played the bad guy in that movie. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Do you count Brave Little Toaster as the radio when he played the radio?
Brave Little Toaster as the radio?
Yes, you do.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Because because real talk, if it wasn't for that movie, we would have never had Toy Story.
True.
and I also John Lovett's voice, because SNL was linked to The Simpsons at that time. He lent his voice to The Simpsons several times, including so much so they made him the lead star of The Critic when that show came out. So this was during that time, right before John was going to get his glow up, and then his immediate glow down, and then his glow up again when the podcast game started, and it was just him and nobody else for like 4 months. Then everybody showed up. John Level had the podcast game down like way before a lot of people. So,
but also Jason Alexander's in this movie.
Pretty wild. I like to call Eris. I like to call Eris if he became a crypto bro in the 1990s.
Would that really be me?
Yeah, that is you.
Am I really Jason Alexander in this movie?
No, you just. I'm sorry. It's because you admire Duckman so much. That's why. That's the only reason.
I'm sorry if I admire greatness. Sue me.
All right, I'm gonna be look, Eris. I have this feeling that when we go through it, and we will be doing it this year, when we get to Duckman, I got to feel like, okay, D, check it out. 3 of these episodes are rough. You can't. Like, D, let me be honest with you. You can't do that. That is pure 90s. I am against it. D, that's actually rape. No.
I will no, D, I will name one. Just like right now, I'll name one. Clip Show.
Oh, come on. That don't count, man.
No, season 2 of Clip Show. You want to know why? Because the character that they introduced in that episode was literally a character that you never see again throughout.
I know who you're talking about.
You never see him again.
Also, when you said clip show, I thought of that episode where it was a clip show, but at the very end, they had like this big old singing spectacular, and you saw this, and you didn't hear nothing. And at the very end, it said, "We could not afford."
Yes.
Oh, guys. Also, I feel the world. I'm surprised the world didn't implode. We got a movie where we got Chris Farley and Tom Arnold in the same movie.
Chris Farley, Tom Arnold, and I always like to refer to him by his Seinfeld character, Cosmo Kramer.
Which is funny because when Beldar first walked up in front of Kramer, I thought Kramer was going to turn around and go, nigger. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, everybody. Easy joke, done.
Also, Tom Arnold got paid in the 2 cheeseburger meals from McDonald's at that time.
Ooh, Chris.
Wait, hold on.
Christopher, I'm gonna need you to respect Mr. Tom Arnold.
First of all,
you know as well as I do. They paid him in speed. Don't do that.
I am mad. No, Chris, I'm mad. You said the cheeseburger meal. Thank you, D, for saying they paid him in speed. But come on, he deserves a little bit of dignity. He got paid in speed and an all-you-can-eat one night at Sizzler.
Man,
one night.
One night only.
No, Eris, we gotta make it sound.
Hold on, one night only of his choosing at the Sizzler.
Eris, hold on, you forgot. This is Tom Arnold. Western Sizzler. Hot damn.
Western Sizzler. I'm mad because when I came to
Western Sizzler.
I'm mad because when I came to the
Golden Corral.
No, I'm mad because when I came to the States, hold on, listen to me. When I came to the States, that was one of the first restaurants that I went to.
What, Western Sizzler?
Western Sizzler. Before
that American food.
No. Before it got bought out and it became was a Great American Buffet.
Yeah. Like I said, Eris,
I'll be real. I gotta be real, guys.
Eris could feel the American fat rush to his heart.
Look, I feel
that's life shortening. Thank you.
I really feel when I got out of college and I got my first government job, I turned into a bougie asshole because I'm like, Golden Corral, ew, get that shit away from me.
Like, CJ, we all did, okay? Both of you and me.
Just like, ew, get away from me.
It took me two times in that Golden Corral to make me go, yeah, I'm below this. What the fuck am I doing? I forgot what it was. It was like one time, like me, it was something. I was at the mall. I was like, I'm about to get something to eat, and I was chilling at Golden Corral eating, and I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Isn't it like you eat there and you're just like, what is life?
And you gotta realize, for a fat nigga like me, Golden Corral ain't that bad. But here's the thing, no, not no more. No.
I do believe. I will say this, and you can.
I'd rather have somebody in several.
I will say this, and y'all. I'm sorry. I will say this, and y'all can disagree with me all you want. I do believe post-COVID, all buffets have become shit tier.
Yeah, I don't go to.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
I don't go to Chinese buffets anymore. That's a wrap.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. Y'all got a better chance of eating a sandwich that had a dick slapped on top of it than getting bad food at a buffet right now. But here's the fun part. Are you trying to go to a buffet?
Are you trying to go to a buffet and post-COVID?
You literally like this. Somebody, I ain't trying to go to a buffet, but I'm going to McDonald's. You do realize there's a chance that somebody at McDonald's, just to be an asshole, did something nasty with the nuggets. You have a greater chance of that happening over there than you're going to go to Corral and even getting a fucking stomach ache, and you're like, yeah, nah, man, I think I'm going to go to Wendy's.
Burgers and cum.
Look, COVID has made me
I'm
look
gonna
at
go to Royal Falls, give me like a go to Royal Falls, give me some water. I don't need to be eating right now.
There's a Chinese buffet in Waldorf that I used to mainstay pre-COVID. Not anymore.
Nigga.
Not anymore.
Nigga,
no mas.
Like I said, that song "Boogers and Cum."
Shut up, Harris.
No, I will not, because
it's not to say this Chinese buffet in Waldorf would do that, but no.
I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about everybody.
Just looking at everybody like.
I like somebody was like, nah, man. See, that's why I get my shit DoorDash. You do realize there's a chance that DoorDash dude rubbed his balls on your food.
Also, why would
it will be easier to go to the place and watch them
but guys,
actually make your food, and you're like, nah. I love how COVID fucked us all up. I love it.
Before we go back to Coneheads, also, why did I pay $50 for DoorDash on the hopes and dreams that my food gets delivered, and the DoorDash guy didn't just steal my food and eat it?
That never happened to me yet.
That will only happen if you order a big ass meal and you don't tip them.
Look. I know gas prices is high, but you know what I'm gonna fucking do? I'm gonna take my ass to that goddamn restaurant and pick my fucking food up. I ain't trusting your ass. Nah, fuck that.
You are so much better off doing that.
Chris, you talk as a man that opened up his sandwich and saw a whole fist print in the bun. That's how he talks like dog. I'm sorry that someone hurt you, but the world has good people in it. Look. No. Check this out. Why the fuck? All right. For some reason, there's this house like 3 blocks down that has almost like the same like address as I do. So one time DoorDash brought it over there and they all cussed my wife out like, we at the front door. We don't see it. Next thing I know, my wife gets in the car, goes around the block. She's like, yeah, so they dumbasses just gave me something free. Ha ha. There's nothing better than getting over at DoorDash. And then when she did that, I was like, hey, what if the DoorDash nigga like threw his whole penis in that motherfucking Chipotle bowl?
along with half a parking ticket stuck to the bottom of the bowl.
The worst part, because we're all human, that happened to it, right? You don't know what happened. You open it up, oh man, I'm about to tear this bitch up.
But here's the thing. Trying to get torn up is your damn stomach.
I know, man. You over there, how the hell I get herpes? I just ate.
But back to Coneheads though. I felt the whole dynamic of because this movie, you can literally split this shit into 3 parts and it works perfectly as a 3-part act, right? The first part, I love it because it's literally the Conehead family working as immigrants. The motherfucker was a taxi driver, getting paid as a taxi driver, getting paid on the table, working under Sinbad, and then he gets a fake ID with, look, Adam Sandler is perfect as the guy that gives you a fake ID. He's like, yeah, your name is Don DeCicco? The Chico. Had the whole story down pat, and here's Sinbad just sitting there like, man, this man's good at his job. Like, goddamn.
It's so funny. It's funny because you and once again, this is number one. The Coneheads was a skit that he helped create and all the rest of that. So of course Dan Aykroyd is going to do it. But much like we talked about with Nothing to Lose. Not Nothing to Lose. What's the name of that dumbass?
Nothing but trouble.
Nothing to Lose. Nothing but trouble. Dan Aykroyd, when you're getting Dan Aykroyd, god damn it, you're going to get all of Dan Aykroyd, because I'm pretty sure he talked like that for a straight 2 months. There's no way in the world, man. Everything is so sharp. No, I will not try to
Great
imitate
character.
him. Everything was like, yes, I would do that. And he would do it so smoothly. I love it. Yeah, especially like there was the one part where he was like,
in a way he adapted that, you know, that direct, fast talking into Tommy Boy.
Yeah,
it's like it goes from monotone and then
Actually, there's an old skit where he was talking like a salesman from the
salesman
Midwest.
from Chicago.
Yeah, he was over there like listen to me. You see this fantastic product. It's made for you. It's made for you. He did it on Saturday Night Live and all this funny shit. What happened in the background as he's talking?
That reminds me. I would love to see. You know what? I would love to see Dan Aykroyd be an auctioneer.
Oh God, there has to be a movie where
if he was at a Hewitt, I swear to God, if he was at a Hewitt Jackson auto auction, done.
Golly, but he could just describe the way he describes it. I will give Dan Aykroyd that he is very fucking original when he comes to it. Give Jamie Curtin her credit. She remember, this is what made her a star, and this is what made her end up doing her biggest role, which was Third Rock from the Sun. Mm-hmm. She's the same way, just going for it. Like the one part that gets me where she's trying to talk with another lady. She's like, yes. I would love that. I would love to enjoy that. Like she's enjoying the fact that she's an earthling. I love it.
I think what makes it work. You know what's funny too about her is that I know people don't like Ants, that Woody Allen Ants movie, but she was actually really good in that movie. No bullshit. It's like that.
I'm mad that Chris is the prime go-to person with 3 Black Geek when it comes to watching Woody Allen movies, because I only got like 3 in my head and I can barely remember them.
Hey, look, I don't even count Ants as a Woody Allen movie. I've only seen Curse of the Jade Stone, and that's it. That's all you're getting out of me on Woody Allen.
I've seen that one, and I've seen another one where like people were like, I have some weird thing.
Woody Allen is every bit of the stereotype that The Simpsons and The Critic parried his ass for. Like it's like, of course he's a guy that will marry his own daughter. Of course he looks like.
I'm sorry, who married their daughter? I blinked.
Woody Allen.
Oh God, I blinked for 2 seconds. I got lost. I'm like, wait a minute, who did what? Because Eris done put up some stupid thing for Fresh and Fit. Anyway,
I didn't say that shit. He just asked me if I remember it. Yes, I remember it. Good
but it's just like you're right. She was a good person that bounced off of Dan Aykroyd in the movie perfectly. And that first half is hilarious because they're on Earth, they're getting all these blue collar jobs and stuff. The way they eat, they're literally popping open like 8 bajillions of waffles and Pop-Tarts and shit.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, sir.
Oh, that fucking product placement in this.
Not just product placement. Just let me tell you something. All them Eggo waffles, eating raw ass, no syrup Eggo waffles.
Nigga,
that needs to be on the list of, you cannot eat this without a drink, or else unless you will die.
First off, you're a psychopath if you eat a waffle.
Yes, you're a psychopath.
I'm sorry.
No, because that's right up there with eating Popeye's biscuits with no
sir,
with no honey or jelly.
You can eat it without honey and jelly if it's fresh and hot. I've done it.
Nah, man.
It's good.
No, that is Chris. You say that because you like pain. I
know.
No,
sir. See,
people fucking masochist.
You have to put an asterisk next to Popeye's biscuits. See, here's the thing. If you get them fresh, they're good. If you heat them up the next day, you better drink some water behind them bitches.
Yes. You heat them up, you're eating a hot ass hockey puck.
You are eating nothing but solid liquid brick bread. That is.
You got when they come fresh, when they give it to you fresh, when you get it from Popeyes, you better eat them bitches in the car. Don't even wait till you get home.
Just eat them in the car. Don't even, you know what? The chicken, you can put that in the fridge.
Yeah, you're fine.
Don't you dare put them fucking biscuits in the fridge and eat them the next day.
Eat them shits on the way home. Don't even be like, oh, I'm gonna wait till
on the way home.
Eat them on the way home.
No, here's what you do. If you can't eat anymore, here's what you do. You go for a walk, burn that shit off, take them with you, and just eat them while you're walking. Eat it on the go. It's a biscuit. It's a biscuit. It's literally like that big, okay?
The next day,
in diameter.
The next day, you're right. Yeah, you gotta throw some jelly on them bitches. It's like, nah, jelly or something.
This nigga Sinbad had me rolling. Like, man, Beldo, I love you, man. Wish they had 6 more of you, man. So, what they I need, man? I need a social security card, man.
When he sat there and said, "No, look."
God damn it! Okay, dude, stop.
When he said, when Beldar said he's an illegal alien, Sinbad reacted like any person that hires an illegal alien. It's like, God damn it! Of course you're an illegal alien.
I like how
every
he
time
like,
something goes
ahead, give me
good.
numbers. All right,
0,
5,
5,
6, A, X, Z.
When I watched,
4,
when I
10.
saw dude, like when I saw dude, I said, "Yo, Beldar, are you just reading shit in the room?"
That almost looked like that, didn't he? And that's what he gave his little
5.
I like it. That's what he gave his little thing. He had to be it all. The feds try to run in their shit.
Dude, when he came taxi driver, I like how his boss and landlord was like, Beldar, once again, you have saved me from the fires.
No, the thing that gets me about all that is that Beldar had this fucking turban around his coat. And I was thinking to myself, that actually is a good cover. That I don't know why you won't walk around like that all the time.
Also, my man was working triple overtime. What regular person works triple overtime?
He is an alien.
Someone not of this earth, Chris.
No. Hispanics.
It
played into the illegal aliens because let's be real, even today, I hate to say it, illegal aliens will be picking up like 5 jobs.
Look. I need Americans to come to this realization. There's a reason behind that. Because if you move to Mexico, you will be working hard. Don't let them black people that move to Mexico fool you like it's easy for them, all right? So you're going to have to work hard going into any country. That's the misconception right there. Number 2, the reason why some of these motherfuckers work really, really hard is because they were sold the fucking bullshit that if you work very, 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 very hard in America, you'll get gold just literally falling out your ass. No. They believe that, and they also just real talk. They're just some good-ass workers. What the fuck you want them to do, man? Like, damn, man. They came to America for a better life. They're going to have more hustle than us, man. What I hate is those kids that were raised by those Haitian parents, those Jamaican parents, that then try to shame pure-blood Americans. Like, see, this is why y'all lazy. Like, nigga, you're a hustler. You sell tapes for $50 just to tell me to feel better about myself. Go fuck yourself, bro. Like, I hate that. I hate that so much, man.
Also,
my dad was an immigrant. He had 8 jobs. That's how I learned the value of work. Like you have one job, dog. Shut up.
Also, let's be real. Yeah, due to good old America, wages have still been stagnant since my dad was working at UPS back in the day. So that's why everybody got to work like 4 or 5 fucking jobs too. So
4 or 5 jobs and shit. This nigga, the thing that get me though is that he was like, Beldar was just like, we can't say her. It has to be like, I have to give you better because I haven't got one. We have to, all that crap, right? And she's like, but I found the perfect place, Beldar. And I love that because
I've been saving all the money.
I love it because Jade is with the shits too with him. Even though she's still doing that, she's doing this too. And they're both, like, they're going for it. I'm all for it. But my girl found a house and all that shit.
Saved all his tips in this big ass jar, and I'm like, God damn, that's a ride or die right there.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
No, the fact that she found that house, what was it, $6,000? No, on the market, $6,000 down with what was it, a 9% interest rate in 1993 money.
Woo! Good times to buy a house in 93.
You want to know why? You want to know why, guys? Hello, everybody. I'm Ronald Reagan. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Clinton. And with my Reaganomics and me cleaning up all the bullshit they did, we're going to have a nice bubble for the next 5 years.
Also,
I don't know what's going to happen after. Look, I don't know what's going to happen in 1999. Maybe a crash. Maybe. But I'll be long gone dead. And let's just be honest. I'll be getting my dick sucked by another woman.
No. Wait. Dude, you got that. No, dude, you got that wrong. It wasn't Reagan. That'd have been George Bush.
No.
Reagan stuff did.
No. This is the thing you got to learn about. The thing about the 90s, the reason why we had that bounce was because Clinton cleared the debt out. But it is also there because Reaganomics actually did fucking work.
It worked, but it also fucked over people too.
Chris, I know what you're about to say. That doesn't have nothing to do with it because everything, the whole bounce back we got was because of Clinton and Ronald Reagan. Both their shits crashed on us at once. Then that big ass plane didn't help it.
I still find it So because of your joke there, D, I find it more hilarious that Bush didn't do shit during his
run. George Bush was more with the war, wasn't he, Chris? That was more about the Iraq War going on that time with Bush.
Iraq War, but Bush was also riding.
No, I'm talking about his father.
I know. Did you not listen? I call a Bush is a Bush to me. Either which way.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, Bush
okay,
Senior.
Ron Jeremy.
I know, right? I'm like, all right, whatever.
Bush Senior was riding. Bush Senior was riding high on the crack epidemic and cracking niggas' heads.
He was.
And he was really big on, and this is how my look in real talk, Eris. If George Senior was the president, you'd be like, "Look, man, I'm a contractor. He treat me good, man. Fuck y'all niggas." Because my dad hated George Bush, loved him though.
But then this little thing called Operation Desert Storm came in and fucked everything up.
Yeah, but niggas' heads were still getting cracked open.
But then again, like I said,
but that was a big ass monkey wrench.
Because Bill Clinton did that little fucking Fantastic Four thing, bench press to that debt that the country had, it was good. The problem was it made us more in debt to other niggas that we owe money to. So life is funny.
Very funny. Very funny.
But that's the one that got me because remember,
and that's why we're all getting. That's why we're all getting fucked in current year. But continue.
Yep. So here's the funny thing. I like that. With all that, it's looking good. This girl breaks. I mean, her water breaks, and
breaks is an understatement, sir. It is an understatement on that one.
Boy, she like I'm. So it was like, oh shit. So we go to the hospital. I like the fact, of course, it was going to turn into like a tentacle flying in the air type of birth.
Anime.
I like what she was pushing. You saw all the ridges in her cone. It was a good touch. Thank you, movie. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Thank you.
So at this point,
was by far one of the silliest moments in that movie.
And I like how Sinbad and him was like, it's a girl. It's a girl.
And that's when Lauren Michaels went over to Sinbad. Sinbad, thank you so much. Here's your check for $50,000.
Bet. I could use this for my HBO comedy stand-up.
No, Eric.
Now you can go back. Now you can go back to doing your clean comedy stand-ups.
Look. Here's Sinbad. Hell, man. God, I'm wrong. Oh man, I could buy so many Reebok suits with this.
Hey, them Reebok suits are flames. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he had this like that once comedy special. He had that purple and black one on. Yo, I wouldn't wear it, but I know somebody that would wear it today.
Look. All of us we're coming up to our 40s. At some point, a Nike sweatsuit is going to be in my clothing closet in multiple ways.
Y'all late. I already got an Adidas sweatsuit. I'm already Adidas suit. Y'all
never mind. Too long. I'm late. Fuck.
I'm about to say, Chris, you kind of late too, bro. I got an Under Armour one in the closet.
See, Chris, you over here acting like you giving fresh dick to young girls out here. You gotta stop, bro. You 40, man. Your hip decks, nigga.
CJ, hey, CJ, nigga, this game 7. You can't be playing like that, dog.
Hey, man, come on, man. Look, you saw what happened to Fred Gibbs, man. Come on, bro. You can't be out in the streets at 40. Bro.
All right, so I like how the subplot of this is just.
I like how half of Buffalo jumped that nigga. I love it. God, man, I feel bad for Gibbs on that shit. No, I don't. He had it coming. Anyway, go ahead.
I like how Michael McKean's character, he's like idiot person in the government where they get that promotion. It's like, fuck it, let the next guy take it. I was like, I
love David Spade in this movie because he was super yes man. He was
snarky as shit.
Yes, man.
He was also an asshole to the fucking.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that because he's having a bad day.
But also, he was kind of racist to the Hispanics. Like, I can't hear you. I don't understand.
He said, English is actually the best way to communicate with me. All I'm hearing is clicks. I'm just hearing nothing but clicks.
I like how they looked at him and it was like, clicks.
I'm sorry, click. That's just straight up racist. All I hear is clicks. That's a white people mess right there.
Not as racist as McKean's character wanting to pull a Donald Trump and put electric collars on Hispanics.
Electric collars collars. No, I love the fact that it was electric collars, and once they cross the line, they spontaneously combust.
Here's the thing.
That's how he got his promotion, guys.
Y'all, thank you. First off, you got a promotion off that. Way to go. Okay, to give the movie some credit, this had to take place like in the early '80s. So, way to go, Reagan. But still, I like the fact.
Come on, the name is in the title.
I like the fact that this was in the '90s and white people were still this batshit crazy about killing Mexicans. It is amazing how they just go outside and see a cloud and say nigger is amazing.
Yo, so they don't get Beldar in them, and they end up disappearing off. He's like, let the next guy take care of it. And
I love what he said too, because this line sticks with me all my life. I wish I had more drivers like him. He was always on time. He would do long hours. His cab always smelling sweet.
Sweet smelling cab.
I gotta be real. I gotta be real. Working. All of us worked. What's the word?
No, I don't know.
Service industry jobs and stuff in a way, right? And you go into those service industry jobs and you do a good job, which is the basics of like just doing the fucking job, and people praise you like, oh my God, he gets to work on time, he does blah 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 blah. And I'm like, it's just regular stuff that you're supposed to do, but okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to do, but here's the thing, like it does go into that whole like thing you said earlier about immigrants and how they work in this country. That's really what that is. It's a weird comedy. It's a commentary that I'm pretty sure Dan Aykroyd made sure they put in here on purpose. You know what I mean? This seems like some shit that he would have wanted in the movie to really show that, like, yeah, Beldar is the ultimate immigrant.
Yeah, he's really the ultimate immigrant. Like, he can fix everything. He's super smart because, again, he's alien and everything.
And then on some real shit, and I mean this for all people. Like, I mean this for all people. Now, you know how early I just said that whole thing about how the kids of those parents always like to shame regular ass Americans. Well, I don't take this away from their parents. Some of those motherfuckers do come over here, work really, really hard, and get a business. That is the ultimate American dream if you are an immigrant. And that's what he ended up doing. He ended up opening his own driving school. I got to be honest with you. That seems about right. That seems about right for Beldar. He came to Earth, he crashed into Earth, and yet while on Earth, he's a driving instructor. I see the irony in that, Mr. Aykroyd. I really do.
I like how, like, I loved, to the movie's credit, I like always, whenever this movie came on TV, I always had it on its background, but I did enjoy the whole, like, them showing, the kid growing up in suburban America and all that.
The fight gag of him throwing the baby in the air, waving at the camera, and she finally coming to Earth 18 seconds later.
Let me ask you this, you have 3 kids. My dad apparently did that when I was a kid.
I stopped doing it with my second one. I stopped doing it with my second one. Because my second kid, I threw him up too high, and he came down crying, and I never did it since then.
Okay, my dad apparently did that to me and my brother. I don't remember it, but like my mom was like, "Yeah, your dad threw you up in the air and did that whole throw you in the air, clap twice, and then catch you." And I'm like,
"That's some man shit. That is some man shit." Do I suggest it? No. But guys who are having kids, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I know you are. My suggestion: you wait until they're 1 year old. So if they do hit the ground, less brain damage. Trust me.
But also, I want to put this out to folks.
They'll survive it. If that's just what I'm trying to say.
Here's how I knew D was my boy. When Donnie was born, D took a picture when he was in the hospital. He did the Heisman fucking stance with his son.
Oh yeah,
I was fucking in tears. Oh, I thought it was Donnie. I thought it was Donnie. My bad.
Nah, Donnie. Nah. That was like the proud thing where people are crying and shit. And
when he did it for your second one, I was at the store and I saw that shit on Twitter. I saw the shit on Facebook. I was fucking dying laughing. I was like, of course he put him in the Heisman stance.
Yeah, he was. That's why we call him Potato. He was a little itty potato when he came out. Seriously, he's a little potato that we like. This nigga on football. Look at this shit.
At the same time, that's some dad, like you said, that's some dad shit. It's like, of course a dad would do that.
It's like they would have having a daughter, played by Michelle Burke. D, did you have a crush on her? Kinda. I don't know why.
He's cute, even with the Conehead.
I haven't seen her in nothing else. I've seen her like in one other movie outside of this, and that's about it. I really don't know her filmography like that.
But like they show the whole montage, and boom, she's a teenager, Americana. She has a fake tattoo on her head.
I love that. Because she came on there, he saw that joke with a big ass skull, like, and I like, even though that she's straight up American girl, parental units. I die with that.
I think that's a good touch to have to that. It's
like she still talks like, that's kind of funny. I see what they did there with it.
Also, what made it funny too during this second half was like the whole idea of Bildar with his driving school. Like he has turned into the American dad. Like he's taking his daughter out shop with his friends and he's just looking like, what the fuck am I doing here?
This motherfucker just having a regular living a regular day to day in his Mercury Sable.
Back when we had those American cars, and you know what?
We still got those. Well, no, we still got Mercuries.
Do we have Bonnevilles? I'm still with Kate for a Bonneville.
No, I don't think we. No, Bonneville was run by Pontiac. Pontiac don't exist no more. Pontiac, Plymouth. You think of Pontiac, Plymouth, Eagle, Saturn, and there's one other one that don't exist. There's one more that doesn't exist. I forgot who it is. All right, whatever.
Yeah, but that whole section was funny to me, and then that's when we get Chris Farley.
Chris Farley, who is clearly 25 years old, hitting on Bildar's daughter, who is still clearly a senior in high school. Even if I spot him, the age 22, this is still wrong.
I mean, it was definitely a time. It was the 90s.
1990s. They were fantastic. Like, yo, like here's the thing. I know we always like. I know I was one of the people that was bitching about Euphoria, only in the sense of, dog, do we have to make this a series? But but I laughed at everybody, teenagers having sex. This has always been a thing, y'all. Look, this has always been a thing, and there's always been something.
Game is the game, people. Just going to have to
look. Yeah, no, we're not condoning this, but look, if I would have a young fan who's 26 years old coming to me like, yeah, I lost my virginity 14 years old to a dude that was 23, I'd be like, rough. Like, what you want me to say to that?
Better not say anything on Twitter about that shit, because
man, it's like here's the thing: life is effed up. So life is left effed up, and on top of that, God, this is going to sound wrong.
Look, Eris knows this. Eris knows this. We went to school with
some. This sounds so bad me saying that, but you know what I meant by that.
Eris knows we went to a couple chicks that went out with some dudes that were in their like 20s.
Oh yeah, everybody.
23.
I think to this day you're dealing with girls who are still messing with dudes in their 20s.
We had a teacher.
Y'all had a teacher that was doing the dirty shit over there.
No, CJ. No, it wasn't that. The look that CJ just made was priceless because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. We had a teacher who is a literal snack.
I mean, I would hit. I ain't kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, like CJ, you, me, and damn near every guy in our fucking school would have hit.
All 5'2" of her problematic ass.
Yes.
She would have been. Wait, look, I don't want to know.
She would have been done and dusted.
I don't want to know. I
would have Thanos snapped the shit out of her cheeks.
Light skin, 5'2", big forehead. Yeah, that's trouble. That's trouble.
No, all of that and cool as fuck.
I know, right? But still, I feel that's a front. That's a front, sir. That's a front.
No, see, you're saying that, but I'm saying cool as fuck and actually replies. A rarity.
I mean, you're right. I mean, but also, I mean, if I went back in time now to that time period,
I love that y'all giving points to a woman who, if she heard this, would be fucking flabbergasted. I love that.
CJ, understand. She was a silver Mew, okay? The rarest of rare.
I'm pretty sure she would have took a run at some of the seniors around that time if it was legal.
And I like how I like the fact, like I said, did she sleep with anybody? I ain't get a yes from me to you. Like y'all just
look. I will say this. I am
only exaggerating her legendary status.
For those that went to the school that me and Eris went to, she hung around with one of the gym teachers, one of the other young gym teachers. I'm pretty sure they banged. Take up that.
I'm
Make up that
quite
what you will.
sure. I am
Make up that what
quite
you
sure.
will.
I'm quite sure shit went down.
Speaking of which, did you love how Beldar played the oblivious guy that didn't see the woman like just wanting his dick during that driving test?
Oh, he did.
No. He definitely did. See, Beldar, he wasn't playing oblivious. Beldar was playing that dude of I am just trying to get through my damn job.
$58, ma'am. Shit.
I like how
US dollars, ma'am.
I like how she read over the code and all read over the code. She just like, I'm just so glad she can help me. And Beldar has this look on his face like, woman, you're not driving. You are driving correctly. You're driving poorly. You won't get it yet. At the end. I like how he told her that. He's like, you're not from this world. Like, I am from a different world. She was like, oh my God. I like how he said, when my people come here, to take over, you will be on the list and you will be unharmed.
And then his wife sees the chick at the fucking grocery store and does like the typical housewife that's like, this bitch.
I like how nothing came to that plot, by the way.
That's the most awkward shit ever. Because knowing that it's not like, oh, it was just some guys who literally tried to make a pass at it and kiss in the car. You're seeing his wife.
That was funny.
I like how Jason Alexander's wife is like, yeah, Beldar has that
it's for the sixth time that he's taking her for the driving test. Doesn't that make you feel something?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sir, who are you? Hi, my name is Stanley the announcer, and I want to announce to everybody that this plot goes fucking nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
It disappears after this. There's no mention of it until the scene where they're in the grocery store, and I was like,
and guess what? And guess what? Nothing happened.
The only thing that comes out of it is she literally looks at one of those 90s women magazines, gets all gussied up, and fucks Beldar. That's it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I love that.
Let me tell you something, CJ. All those 90s women magazines that she picked up, I would say all but one are out of print.
Man. Now, to Elgar's credit,
she put a Red Book, Home and Garden, Cosmo, Vogue. One of them, like you said, one of these motherfuckers is not print no more. Like, yo.
I just like how he gets in the fridge, sees that big ass fucking margarita shit, and just starts taking it to the head. Just like,
a tequila sunrise. I will enjoy.
As soon as he sees his wife on the couch and she has that fucking blonde wig on, I was like, oh, Beldar's already
I was laughing only for the sense of, I was telling myself, hey, D, so you know how the Coneheads have sex, right? Like, no, I don't. I don't know either. But I hope it's nothing hilarious. You want to know how they sound when they have sex?
The fact that everybody outside can hear him.
I saw what you did. You see how you shake your head? That was D. It was funny, but I wasn't laughing at it.
Exactly. I was not laughing at it. I'm like,
definitely funny. Let me make it very clear. Yes, you get a check mark for D, that being funny. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of laughter, though.
So I got a check mark for you that was funny now. That would have completely flew over my head when I saw this as a kid. How about some chewing gum? Yeah,
condom. Yo, Sinbad had the best answer when he looked over and was like,
he just said, you know what? Nah,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Here's the thing. As a kid, I don't know about y'all guys. This is actually a bit of a confession for myself. When I realized that Sinbad was a different comic, where he didn't cuss and all that, I kind of felt that he wasn't black enough. You know what I mean? There was a part of me that really felt it's weird. I really don't know how to really describe this, but there was a part of me that felt he wasn't black enough because he didn't cuss like the other comedians. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
He worked in the other movies like other comedians. He had a different career path, and yeah, I'm older now. I can truly appreciate his career path because it wasn't the easy one. You know what I mean? Outside of kids' movies, he didn't get a lot of work with that shit, but there's something about his blackness that I truly fucking always love. So anytime, something as little as that right there, watching Chuga, man, look, you alright. That was such a nigga move. Like, so anytime I see blackness come out of Sinbad, there's joy in my heart. So it's just weird, man. I just had to kind of get that off my chest because
I think that's what
weird because because you remember back then, man, it didn't take much for somebody to say, "Oh, you a cracker, you a sellout." You know what I mean? So I guess in my head, overthinking it, I thought a lot of black people didn't like Sinbad like that. I got over that around about like the 2000s, but I always felt that for a while. I don't know why.
I mean,
But I know I had to get
that part. No, but that part legit like flew over my head as a young, when I was super young. And
I'm
then
mad
seeing it,
that he
and then
blew it up, and you saw the whole
right.
man condom, nigga.
But then when I saw this as an adult, I died laughing. I was like, "Oh my god, this was legit."
I mean,
funny.
when he gave it to the fucking high commander of his alien fucking planet and shit, and I was like, wow, you gave your fucking leader the fucking condom. He's like, and a gum.
No, what was funny was that was the winning peace offering. That was the winning offering, the condom. Everything else, he was like, all right, what else? All right, what else? All right, what else? Some chewing gum?
Oh,
I'm impressed.
I like how Bildar also took up golf and was really good at it. He coveted that trophy that he wanted so bad. Best scene also, again, his daughter swimming. The fact that she has a cone head, you forget when she dives, it doesn't create no splash.
No
it's just
splash whatsoever.
Done. And it's a funny visual joke in a way. It's a subtle visual joke.
No, see, the fact that her instructor said you have to make as little splash as possible.
Okay.
She's like, watch me work.
Nothing.
Just I'm like, did she even go in?
Dude, Bildar popping off that fucking fireworks.
Oh yeah, that fireworks. That was
my man was like, Bildar, seemed like you got a bit of a dud there.
Like pretty cheap there, Bildar. Man, put on them shades. Whole explosion.
I like the fact that the PTA was like, yeah, we don't really need Bildar for the Christmas lights this year. As she takes off the glasses, and that shit gave her like a fucking red ass tan.
Dude, anything that involved dealing with lights, everybody got burned. I'm burying the lead, but that picture that that Chris Farley had to take for the senior prom with the daughter was funny as shit, because I saw 3 sets of lights plus an extra flash from Beldar, and as soon as they said cheese, dude, when the back wall was an imprint of them standing for the picture, I'm like, dude, does the word too much not mean anything from that planet?
Clearly not.
No.
Clearly not.
I was like, Beldar, you do realize you just gave Chris Farley skin cancer just now.
I mean, look,
his skin was done.
Dog, I find it funny that the DeChico case that old boy left behind because he got promoted is what bit him in the ass to not get promoted. Because it's like, hold up, you spent.
Usually that happens because like, you got to think about it. He sunk $1 million into it and came up with zero.
No. He sunk $250,000.
$250,000.
And got nothing out of it. And it was like, hold up, we're not going to promote you until you fucking put this shit to bed.
It's like, we need you to ascertain this right now.
Which, I gotta be real, me and Aris knows this. That's something that happens in government. They'll sit there and be like, hold up. Like, it's one thing to spend, all right, you spend $200 on the government's dime. Nobody cares. You get to $250,000, they're gonna be like, hold on, whoa, what the fuck is this shit?
Let me tell you something. Government,
you can literally spend
let me tell you something.
$50,000 on hookers alone, and the government would go, and he kept it under $5,000. He kept it under $500 million.
No. Check it out. The government, and this just shows you the hypocrisy of said government, loves to spend $5,000 a piece on a single Stanley hammer. But $250,000 on an investigation that you never followed up on. Somehow that raises too many flags.
Fuck you. Where's our money? I'm like,
where's our money? I'm like, hold on. You spent, like, you bought 200 Stanley hammers at $5,000 a piece.
Take your ass to Home Depot and get it for less.
What are we doing here? Yes, I put a bunch of money into this shit. You weren't gonna miss it. You literally print money. What money do you want back?
I like how they rolled up to fucking Bildar's house and it's Halloween. This motherfucker got an Abe Lincoln hat on.
I like
that was the perfect cover.
Even better cover. Both around there where last lipstick. I like perfect.
Even better cover. Both Beldar and his wife speak perfect French. They really had them going too.
My man trying to pull up on them. You're like, nah. See, we've been in this country long enough to know that y'all was gonna pull that.
He knew the address of the fucking what was it? The Jehovah's Witness place. He's like, oh yeah, you're across from the 7-Eleven at blah 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 corner. And it was like, son of a bitch, he knows where it's at.
How would he know that? Like, nigga's a taxi driver.
Perfect cover, dog.
Dog. Just the fact that like it all boils down to they catch up and then all of a sudden, boom, the mothership arrives and they take the car and the 2 FBI agents. And I'm like, oh, there you go, right there.
I'm just mad as hell that Chris Farley really was trying to get laid.
Bro, when she was kissing him in the car, it looked like she was sucking the air out of him and stuff.
Let me tell you something. That's the second time in this movie she shows Chris Farley what that mouth do.
Saying they rebelled on his wife. Remember, she had a vacuum cleaner in her mouth.
Yep,
going to town.
I find it funny that as soon as Chris Farley kissed her and started touching the cone, she's like, "No, not now." And I'm like, "The cone? Okay, I see.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I mean, dog, that's a cone, man. That's like a butt cheek, dog. You like real talk.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. Best part. You want to know? You want to see some special effects that did not age well? watching Connie go on that damn Subway sandwich.
Let me tell you some kids who didn't exist during that time. They played that was something they played in a commercial for Subway back in the day. They played that terrible CGI sub going in her mouth a bunch of times. Now, Eris, let's take out the CGI.
Mm-hmm.
And a girl does that to you in real life. You thinking what I'm thinking. There's no gag flex.
None.
And now the bottom has to go. The bottom has to go now.
Chris Farley's reaction was like, man, the only person I know that did that was my mom. And I'm like, oh boy.
I was like, he muscle man himself. He just muscle man himself.
But also,
you know who else like put long things in her mouth and eat it real fast? My
ma.
He just mitched himself.
Also, D, you were perfect on this one right here.
Yes.
Dog. It ain't that one. It's the one after.
I mean, look what we got going on here. You got
shout out to Michelle Burke for not laughing at Chris Farley for making that.
Let me tell you something. Now look what we got here. If you will, Exhibit A, the flustered and sweating look on Chris Farley's face, knowing that he just had what I like to call pre-demolition man sex with the Coneheads' daughter here. And shout out to the daughter. That that perfect 1993 young cleavage there.
Yeah, the boo window. It's great.
Full window.
I like to call that the pretty in pink.
The pretty in pink.
Like we like to call that the Molly Ringwald special.
Yeah, the ring wall.
The ring wall.
You know that special place between C cup and B cup. That one.
Yes.
You know, I feel if we both were teenagers, if all three of us were teenagers in the 80s, I would be literally looking at Molly Ringwald like, I guess it's okay.
Or the one that I always like to go back to, the P2 special. Listen, anyone who ever seen the movie P2, you know what I'm talking about.
That's the movie with old girl getting stalked by the crazy
in the damn parking garage. And she had on that white dress. I mean, that freaking white dress with the crazy cleavage that made it look like she was rocking full sopping wet twins. But
I got a question, Eris.
But
how
really,
do you remember that movie?
I don't know. I remember that movie.
I'm about to say, Chris and I remember this movie very well.
I remember that movie because it was fucking what's his face? Fucking Wes Bentley, who always plays a serial killer back in the fucking early 2000s in every goddamn movie.
It's Wes Bentley, and then on top of that, what makes that movie so hilarious is it's about a woman who's being terrorized on the second floor of a parking garage, and she could have easily got out of that fucking place.
Could climb over the fucking fence, but Susan over here don't want to do that shit.
Climb over the fence. Hold on, climb over the fence. Ran up the ramp to get to the first floor and out the exit door. But no, that's too hard. We gotta get through an
You
hour
making
40.
me want to
We gotta
watch
get.
this movie
We
now.
gotta
I
get.
think I've seen this movie actually.
Like no. We gotta get through an hour 45 of this.
My man killed 2 black people, including one hopless black security guard who was just on his last day on the job and shit. I'm like,
last day on the job, man was on a coffee break.
I was like, God damn, like just yeah. But
yes,
when they get to the planet, I thought it was interesting. Like you said, the whole thing, he gives them a tire iron, the condom to really put the cherry on top of it and shit.
The dude that killed me though, the dude that killed me
ornament.
he was like, and from a Mercury Sable. What? It was like a car named after a cat-like mammal, named after a dead man, named after. It was like so many named after a sword that's carried. It's like yeah. I'm like what?
Broke it down
This
very well.
motherfucking compass dashboard. I died laughing.
Oh, he really was looking at that shit like,
The part
what?
that get me was when they go up on the ship. Here comes your boy hopping on the car. You're not gonna get away from me, Beldar. And then here comes David Spade. Now, sir, I'm with you. I'm like, why? Just why?
Get your ass down, my nigga.
And this nigga got the nerve.
Like you do realize
80
if he
feet
goes
off the ground. This motherfucker 80 feet off the ground. You're under arrest by the United States.
like you do realize if you just let your boss go, knowing full and well that he more than likely is never coming back, you could have had his job.
Mm-hmm. Could have, but
David Spade got to be David Spade.
Well,
Yeah. See, it's great, but I work better as a 2. So yeah. Yeah. Also, you can do this for me, which is what? Leave. That's some David Spade.
He like I said, Davis.
I'm starting to pick up on your sarcasm. Well, I would hope so because I'm laying it on very thick.
I like how Beldar's golf skills comes in handy with the claymation monster that they have to face off with.
God,
but the best part about it was all the other guys before him that's like, yeah, I know how to fight this monster. All I got to do is get him, put it down, and be done. Bam, get killed. I was like,
What I loved about all the other guys that was thrown in front of the monster. This was on some Tron shit where they had to participate in the games and they all got their ass whooped except for they all got their ass kicked except for freaking Tron.
I was like, bruh, does anybody remember Tron? No, yes.
I mean, no.
Yes. No. I mean, no.
My man Beldar fucking put a Brother Rock inside of the throat of a monster, and I was like, well, that's one way to kill him.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes I feel I got to get away. Right. Of course.
It really
catchy ass song though, by the way.
That CGI, that monster,
God, that wasn't CGI. That was good old claymation.
Yeah, that claymation monster.
Didn't age well.
Did not age the best.
I mean, looking at the budget of the movie, I mean, hey, you work within the confines of what your budget can do. So.
You do. You definitely do. I did enjoy Beldar literally playing with this guy like he was Mr. X in the RPD station.
I step in shit. Crap.
It's like he hears me. Got to go around the other way. Got to hide. Don't move. This motherfucker will heal me. He'll take a swing, and that's my ass.
I'll tell you something. Mr. X is the most scariest. Like, fuck Nemesis for a second. Anytime you got a dude,
heavy boots.
Anytime you got a nigga that kicks open the door and puts his head in first to look up, that's when you're like, you know what, man, you got it.
Like I said, them heavy boots going up and down stairs in the hallways. That is some stressful shit.
I mean, it's more stressful in the B scenario when he's already active.
Yes.
Or when Mr. X does that whole pop out from around the corner, like, I'm like, oh shit.
Boy, if you don't run for that first door.
Oh, Star's office. Yay.
Well, that's the thing. Don't aggro him. Just make sure.
I aggro because I aggro the fuck out of him. So it's like, oh, Star's office, bam.
See, I don't. I just go straight for the office because if you go straight if you don't walk past the front door, you're good. You just head straight for the office and go in. It doesn't spawn him.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that because it's always somehow I trigger it and then go in through the door.
you only trigger when you go past the door. If you go straight through the door, he won't show up. Even if you leave and go back the way you came, he won't follow you.
Interesting.
Yep, try it.
Maybe I probably will.
But that's what that monster was like. I was like, bro, this is Mr. X.
Well, a typical SNL fashion, I just like how he throws it in there, the thing's choking on him, and you just see him pull it down, like, and we're done.
Yep.
Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
Just go to sleep. Please, quietly die.
Quietly die. Oh, I like the second time where he's like, ah.
This motherfucker pulled the fox die.
Fox.
Think again. Nope. For real this time.
Just when you thought it was all over.
Just when you thought you could go back outside.
And Beldar, being the father that he is, decides, hey, I'm going to detonate the freaking ship on Earth just so the other aliens know I died.
Oh, no. He doesn't just, before, even though that was part of the plan, I love the ultimate swerve that he pulled on all of his people. So my wish is to go back to, is to return to Earth and take it over for, for the betterment of my people. And he brings all the ships together and he's like, quick, everybody retreat. My man detonates it and they stay on Earth and live happily ever after. Roll credits.
Oh, well, no. He also tells the fucking FBI guy, hey.
I want my green card, nigga.
Get my green card and I'll help you out.
Yep.
He's like, can you be an upstanding citizen that can actually be, can help out,
do skills that no other U.S. citizen can?
Yes, I can.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Now go. Beep. Still got the fucking collar on.
That was the best part. That laugh.
Also, David Spade is on Conehead World now,
which somehow works best for him.
It's like, let me go ahead and take that. He's a little angry right now.
I like how he did. He's like, I try my best and nobody listens to it. It's like nobody hears you. It's like nobody understands what I'd go through. You have the hardest job of all. Yeah, give me that. He's having a rough day.
It's like, David Spade, you make the perfect therapist slash office assistant.
I think that's what makes it work when he goes from this to like Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. It's just that type of character.
And it is so funny.
He's just guy. He's just that guy trying to get over.
To give David Spade, he did kind of grow out. He did grow out of that role and end up becoming something more than that. It's kind of funny where he had more of an idea of what he was trying to do with himself as an actor, as a person that does comedic shit. I felt that Rob Schneider had to be told what to do. You know what I mean? Like, they both were on the same ranking, but David Spade did more to me than Rob Schneider.
Well, I say David got that moment not from a movie, but from a little TV show he starred in called Just Shoot Me.
Yeah.
Yes, I will give you that. I think Just Shoot Me did kind of work, even though I do agree with what everybody said about David Spade. If David Spade is on a television show, that shit's getting canceled in 2 months.
Well, I mean, to his
but
credit,
he made it last.
I would say this.
No, Just Shoot Me was his thing. That was the thing that got him over, though. So I think the evolution, that's separate from everything else he did after that.
But I think the best evolution for him, though, personally, was like when that whole shit with Charlie Sheen went down, and he needed somebody to fill the void for 2.5 Men. He came on, and that shit got two more seasons on top of that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Are you sure about that one?
No, not that one. It was the one with John Ritter. That
I was say the one with John Ritter.
Yeah,
John Ritter.
See, that's what started it. Every show he goes on, it kills him, because remember when he got on that show with when he got on that show, The Rules for Your Daughters, that thing died like a month and a half.
No, it got extended another 2 seasons because I guess maybe because of
Are you
John
sure
Ritter,
it was extended 2 seasons, dude?
It got 2 more seasons before it finally was over.
Are you sure?
Dead ass.
Whatever. But anyway, no more about it. The point is, David Spade did more with that. And like I said, Rob Schneider seemed like he had to be told what to do. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say this. I'm not saying this to take away from him, but it always felt like he didn't make a move unless Adam Sandler said, hey, I think you should do that, Rob. It feels that way. You know what I mean?
Hence how you get the Deuce Bigelow movies. It felt like that was Adam Sandler like, hey, this could work for you. And then
here's the funny thing with it. I had to think about it. Like, there was Deuce Bigelow, The Animal. What was the other one? The one where he turned into a girl.
The hot chick.
The hot chick, and then it was Deuce Bigelow too. Those are 4 movies with pretty much all the same goddamn jokes.
And the Dirt.
Yeah. And the thing it is, I think he worked better when he was like supporting, because you see him in Grandma's Boy, he was fucking hilarious.
Exactly. It's kind of fun.
Benchwarmers actually was one that he was actually good in, to his credit.
It's like this, like outside of Deuce Bigelow, none of his movies worked. That's the funny thing. I think David Spade had a lot more luck. I just think he had a lot more luck than Rob Schneider. That's
Rob Schneider turned into a toast. Derp, derp, derp. Rob Schneider.
Yeah, Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Rated PG-13.
Yeah, man.
I swear, yo, South Park. If there was ever an apt joke that just works, that was it right there. It's like you had to really describe Rob Schneider's career. That was it right there.
That was a no. That right there it's a legendary. That is a legendary joke that will never get old.
Just on top of that, and the Russell Crowe one. And look, I know Russell Crowe was pissed. I know Russell Crowe was pissed in his own way. Like, yeah, I saw it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fuck him up when I see him.
I'm like, yo, Russ. Hey, look,
hey,
Russell.
You just got to deal with it, man.
No, not just deal with it, Russell. You got to admit, the Tugger is funny.
The one thing that kills me is when we talked about when we did Team America. Matt Damon, real life Matt Damon, laughing uncontrollably. Matt Damon was cool with it. He was like, "Thank you. Please tell me that's all I say to the movie." Matt Damon. Oh God, that's funny.
Dude, I think what made
that's like if they got
big ass fucking Frankenstein forehead saying that.
That's like if they had got Keanu Reeves and all he says is "whoa" the entire time. Like he doesn't say nothing else. He doesn't do none of the charming shit that everybody loves him for. You know, everybody says, "Oh, Keanu's a national treasure." No, we get straight Matrix. Whoa. If he just said "whoa," if he says "whoa" the entire movie, and he was a good sport and laughed at it, oh, that'd be even better.
Keanu can do it. Keanu can do it.
How is it? You know what's ironic as I'm about to go over these box office numbers. One, John Single movie Dick Swing all over fucking Coneheads opening weekend.
Of course.
And also another movie that we did last week, Jurassic Park, was on this list.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Man, there was a lot of 1994 we did this year.
Yeah. Poetic Justice number 1, In the Line of Fire number 2, The Firm number 3, Free Willy number 4, Jurassic Park number 5, Coneheads number 6, Sleepless in Seattle number 7, Hocus Pocus number 8, Another Stakeout number 9, and Rookie of the Year number 10.
Hey, Eris, I was reminded of that post today about Michael Jackson, that all of his songs go harder if you put nigga in it.
Yes.
So then it got me. Hold me like you were my brother. Like you were my nigga.
Actually, if you want to round this out too, with another SNL alum, Son-in-Law was number 11, and that's a Pauly Shore movie.
No, wait, what? He wasn't SNL.
Yeah,
for a hot second he was. Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
You sure?
No, he wasn't.
That's like saying Martin Lawrence was a part of SNL when he was.
That's like saying David Wayans was a part of the SNL. Yeah.
He wrote for like.
Well, actually, David Wayans was.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other story.
But not just a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't say that. But no. If anything, you could say when any of the Lauren Michaels stuff it ain't SNL unless Lauren Michaels is the executive producer.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But yeah,
that was, like you said, that was 93. That was a powerful fucking summer. I mean,
yep. Only reason, and somebody asked, like, why did you do Coneheads? Why the fuck not? We did Bushwhack.
Well, I was about to ask you guys this, though. I have to ask you guys this. I have to put you guys on the spot on this. So, are we ever going to touch Free Willy at any point?
That sounds so nastier than it needed to be. Are we ever going to touch Free Willy?
Yeah, I'm not going to say pause. It is what it is.
That's a good question.
No, are we gonna touch? I'm sorry.
Are we gonna touch a whale.
God, gross, D. No.
What? This is a sperm whale. That's not gross about a sperm whale.
No, I was clearly going to say, are we going to touch like Saving Whale, which I'm pretty sure that's what the movie's title is overseas.
Saving the whales.
No, not Saving the Whales. Saving Whale.
What
I'm just mad
What?
This movie series had a franchise. That's just fucking hilarious.
Or Whale Rescue.
Whale Rescue.
This shit have fucking 4 movies. The last one being Bindi Irwin, Steve Irwin's daughter, being in the movie. I'm like, well, that's
Big Fish, Little Child.
Yeah,
Big Fish, Little Child.
They try to do a TV series, which I'm like, why?
Hey, listen, Keiko got to get them checks.
Here's the fun part about Free Willy. One of the underlying things about that movie was the fact that SeaWorld had these animals that didn't need to be caged up. They didn't need to be caged up. And what happened, D? Oh, SeaWorld caked because of that movie.
Yeah.
And also
this is why D hates the 90s.
And it also doesn't help the fact that one of MJ's songs.
R. Kelly song, you mean?
No, that wasn't R. Kelly. That was MJ.
I thought R. Kelly wrote the Free Willy, some of the stuff from that.
Actually,
no.
I think R. Kelly did.
No, we all know the headlining song for Free Willy was MJ's song.
Yeah, but a part of me thinks that
both movies, might I add.
Yeah, I know. First two, he was doing the power ballad.
You want to feel, man? Look that up, man. Who wrote that song? If you see Robert Kelly, that song takes off.
Will you be there? Okay, never mind. It was just Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson just wrote. It was one of the songs MJ did. R. Kelly was like co-writer for the song, so I.
No. We already talked about it. It's the song that R. Kelly ruined.
Yeah, he wrote "You Are Not Alone."
Yeah, that's the one. You know what? That's my bad.
Chris. That was 1995 when that song came out.
Okay, I got it mixed up.
This is 92.
Yeah, my bad. I got it mixed up.
But Aaron, did Robert? Yeah, I'm calling on that. Didn't Robert write another song for him though? I know there had to be like at least 2. I'm not saying more than 3. That R. Kelly wrote for him.
Hold on.
No more than 3. I'm just guessing. No more than 3.
Hold on.
But also, while you're looking it up,
if he pulls up like 6 songs by R. Kelly, then I'm mad.
Here's the interesting part. Coneheads actually had a soundtrack that actually charted.
It's because they had a Red Hot Chili Pepper song on it.
That and Tainted Love.
Yeah. But Tainted Love at that point was like an old song. That's like putting that old Drake song Forever on a new soundtrack saying, oh, it's new music. No, it's not.
First off, that song, they put that shit on every fucking sports
that was a movie. Hey, Chris, that was a long 3 years, wasn't it? That was a long 3 years.
Between that and you gotta be shitting me.
Between that and that,
hold on, what, Eris?
You gotta be shitting me.
What?
He wrote "Cry."
Hey, Eris, I hate to tell you. Oh, I can tell.
Oh, fuck you. He wrote "One More Chance."
Oh, I can tell. Oh, that sounds like R. Kelly too. Oh, I can tell.
Hold on, D. And you weren't wrong. It was just it was 3. Literally those 3.
Oh, cool. I was really afraid you were gonna say, "Hey D." It's actually 4 songs. You want to know what the other one is? Earth Song. 3 Black Geeks is off for the night. See you later.
No,
that would have been wild.
No way in hell Robert wrote that. That was a clear MJ production.
That was clearly nobody hears the earth.
But you know what was interesting? I think what was great.
I can see Michael Jackson, pale white skin, rubbing grass. Look at it, it's dang.
No, that was a giving. No, D, that was a Giving Tree special.
That was an actual Giving Tree. It's like Michael actually by a given tree. Actually, we genetically modified it. There's actually a guy inside with puppetry. It's Steven Spielberg helped us with it. It cost us a lot.
Listen. I don't say that to make fun of MJ. He literally had a tree at Neverland Ranch. He called the Giving Tree because he wrote like a good chunk of his best, highest selling songs came from him writing in that damn tree.
You know what here's me. Hey, yo, Joe, what you do to your child, man?
He said, "What you do to your child, man?"
You know what? Like today when we see kids doing that, like writing in trees, we're like, oh, let them do it. Back in our day, pussy.
This man would climb up a whole. This man would climb up a whole ass redwood and start writing bangers.
Boy, you did that shit back in the day, man. Niggas throw rocks at you, and when you fell out the tree, all right, now get your ass up. We about to play football. Like,
I would say this though, the ironic thing about Coneheads is like, it's kind of one of those things that I appreciate is that when the Coneheads are in the suburban neighborhood, or even just period, just on Earth, there's no moment where people are looking at them weird for having Coneheads. It's a normal thing.
I think that was the point.
No.
That was the point of the movie.
No, not only is that the point of the movie, Chris, that just also shows you that this is Earth 943.
Clearly, because I mean, like you said, it probably was. That was the point of the movie. It's just funny to me. This is like, oh, he's just different. That's cool. Whatever.
Like Earth 943, New 52 edition.
But like I said, the movie's very simple. It just gets to the point. There's no like trying. They don't. And I think, you know what? I think it goes back to what I said at the beginning. Like, I think that's the thing. The difference between something like this, even though it's very simple, and something like It's Pat. At least Coneheads had something that grabbed your attention to a degree, and you chuckled at some of the stuff. And it's just like Superstar and It's Pat. There was nothing that grabbed me. It's like, what is this? Like,
that's what I'm saying. This movie did just enough to make it a start, a start, middle, and beginning type of start, middle, and end type of movie. God damn, I fucked that up. But
it hits right at 90 minutes and it's over.
Oh yeah, and it was so funny, Eris. I took a break. And like 15 minutes later, here you go, man, that movie was quick. I'm like, what are you talking about? 15 minutes movie. 50 minutes later, damn, that movie was quick.
It's really quick.
Like, when I saw you put that up, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it is quick.
Like, let me tell you something. The shit goes by so fast. And what helped it go by so fast is watching Chris Farley dance.
Yeah. What actually, that's the thing that shocked me. When it got to the point where
Chris Farley dancing.
When it got to the part where your girl was telling Beldar, come and get this box, I looked down. I'm sorry, an hour 10? There's 15 minutes left? Wait, what? I freaked out. I was like, yo, this movie's flying. So shout outs to that movie. You don't get too many 90-minute movies that act like they got somewhere to go. So, shout out to that movie for
a movie that comes with its own internal wrap it up box.
You're like, all right, guys, I know what you guys want. This is not going to happen this way. So,
and let's just be real. This podcast was the exact same length of this movie.
All right. So, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. We're not announcing nothing. I'm not announcing nothing for next week. Actually, yes, we can. I think, is it Top Gun time?
I think it is.
I think it's time for Top Gun.
I have a need for speed.
Hey, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Three Black Geeks to talk about one of the gayest movies ever made. And I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to be like, they said it in BuzzFeed. No, this movie's gay. This movie is it's like you know the part, all right, Chris, you know the part where they were talking the first time Maverick buzzed the tower and all that shit, and they was in the locker room. It was like, yeah, that's how I do it. I'm fast. Here's me. All of you want to bang each other. All of you want to bang each other.
God damn it, D. You say this movie is gay. I mean, nigga, it was made in the 80s. What do you expect?
Also, let's be real. This is the one time.
And no, I could not do it in my Moss voice. It was made in the 80s.
Let's be real. Let's be real. This is where you get prime, sexy Val Kilmer.
And actually, this is, and more importantly, this is when you get prime Prime Tom Cruise. Yeah. I don't know, though. Look, hold on. No. I will make an argument that this is prime Tom Cruise. I will make that argument.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Nigga, this was late 80s, early 90s.
No. Well, yeah, this was late 80s because
hey, nigga.
Let's think about
it's 86. So it's like
okay, mid 80s. So
and Chris,
when did Risky come out?
I think a year later.
84.
84? Oh yeah, it was 84.
Yeah, so that makes, so you know what that does? That train scene he did.
Train scene hits different.
It's so different.
So different. It's like, hey, you ain't banging on the L train today, are you?
Let me tell you something. Watching that scene, thanks to Nero 77, he took that entire scene and put a synthwave track over it. It still hit different.
Banging out fucking what's her face on that fucking Rebecca De Mornay on the L train. I'm like, God damn.
I'm like, bro, come on, man. You're not gonna use Mitch Murder. You are not gonna use Mitch Murder like that. Stop.
All right, I will say this. This is that version of Tom Cruise is LeBron on the Miami Heat. LeBron on the Miami Heat. That version of Tom Cruise. Young gun already about to get a championship. That version.
Yeah, like once he hit the 90s, that's when it's like, oh, Tom Cruise is about to hit prime. But Val Kilmer, you couldn't tell him shit. You in fucking Willow. You out here fucking in Real Genius. You doing Top Gun.
Hey man, I think Val Kilmer. I think it is kind of sad that Val Kilmer wasn't the superstar that we all thought he was going to be. I think that's the one thing that gets us about him more than anything else.
He made his mark, and I appreciate it.
By the way, Chris, Risky Business was 83.
Okay, well, that was all. Either which way.
Yeah, I was right. Like I said, LeBron on the Heat, LeBron going to Miami. That's this the version of Tom Cruise we got.
I mean, look, D. When you see Top Gun Maverick, Val Kilmer makes his mark. It's great. It's delicious.
Oh Lord. So anyway, next week, y'all, we talking Tom Cruise.
Top Gun. Oiled up white men playing volleyball.
And don't forget about me, Kenny Loggins. Highway to the danger zone.
I don't care what anyone says. That's one of the greatest.
Man, Kenny Loggins is awesome.
That is one of the greatest driving songs.
It is. All right, I wouldn't say driving songs. I think it's just greatest movie songs of all time.
Actually, if we're gonna end this off,
what you heard, man? I drive to that shit.
No, let me ask you.
I don't know how you do it. Look, here's me. I know how you do it, you old white man. I know how you do it.
Let me ask y'all guys this: if we're going to end this off like this, which one do you think was better, Danger Zone or Rock Like a Hurricane?
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. I gotta give
it. They play both of those at the air show every fucking time, so it's like
they do.
Yeah, but that's like Rock You Like a Hurricane. It just shows you that the Scorpions did nothing else.
Nigga, when it's track,
Here I am.
Hey Chris, let me tell you something. When that is track 1 on Stone Cold Metal CD.
How you look, nigga? How you think Europe feels? All right, everybody, it's time for us to do our number 1 hit, and the only song we got, it's the final countdown. Actually, let me take that back. Now that I think about it, I think they actually got more hits, just not in America. So I'm gonna take that back. But still, he's like, you got that one song, yeah. But I don't know. Kenny Loggins fucked around and made one of the greatest soundtracks with Top Gun. So yeah. Look, we took up too much time. We see y'all next week.
Later, peace.